Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
I do like, again, what AL are working with here, and I gotta say, unless JDG can get a pretty significant advantage early on, they are gonna be in trouble. So it makes sense. And you know, when it comes to, especially high variance leagues like LPL and leagues where we fight a lot, you just kind of go with, like, we're always gonna get to the late game Slayer. Always.
Oh, it definitely feels like it. These mid laners looking to throw down early.
Goodbye,
Scout canceled the seismic
Unless?
shove with his dash, but the Q3 misses for Scout. Shanks flashes after. One more rock should do it, and
Got
the
him.
seismic shove will seal it. Scout falls solo bolo style to Shanks for first blood.
He was able to cancel the seismic shove, as you said. It was a really nice buffer. I actually didn't know that you could do that as Yone. But basically what happened after was, yeah, he missed the Q3. He ended up flashing and dying because Shanks had the opportunity.
Here we go. Shanks riding the wall, cuts off Scout from the rest of his team. So a 3v4 brewing, but there's the fate sealed.
Nice.
Scout revenge coming across. Kyle does not have the unbreakable will, so he will be broken. Missing, able to get himself back out of safety. Tarzan trying to rescue this fight, but Shanks is far too low, and Hope cannot get close enough to help his superstar jungler. Just like that, JDG with a quick 2-kill response. Positioned on the map constantly.
Yeah, the movements are good. They don't drop waves too often. And it is really good stuff. It's the team fights where they falter. It's the skirmishes that don't always go their way because at times they just get outplayed.
Continuing to move through the map as we've got the bot lanes now back towards the mid lane. With their junglers hovering, but Scout is looking for a flank angle. He's off vision. He gets the two-man fate sealed. Shun throws the alley-oop, and Scout dunks them home. Kyle can be picked off by Pays in the background as well, and Shanks is just a little too late to the party. Once again, JDG just better. It doesn't really compare to the one-item spike that Sunder and Sky brings you. Might be arguably the best one-item power spike for most of these champions.
Eclipse, I fear.
Okay, yeah, Eclipse, true. But hey, here's the Sunder Sky coming through. Shanks sees the assist down, has no way to run away without flash, and June is just everywhere on the map, but AL's looking for a response towards the mid side. Tarzan trying to push the tempo with no ult on missing. But Kyle does not land the solar flare. No Zenith blade through, no engage for AL, and Pays can just dance around AL as if to walk their sad butt back towards the mid lane.
Yeah, there's just no angle where you can do anything about this Drake. I don't know if I even like this posturing. This feels a little silly and dangerous, unless Tarzan wants to throw his life for a 50-50, but okay, we're going.
Kyle, he goes in, but that was a great headbutt for missing, so Tarzan and Hope are on the wrong side. Kyle is just easy pickings for Pays, but they let him limp away, and Hope is going to grab the kill on the missing. Flandre with the hero's entrance does fly in, and somehow, some way, Anyone's Legend bash down the door and grab the dragon.
Yeah, the move from Shanks ends up being really good. Scout doesn't have TP. He's on the other side of the map. It's only just coming off of cooldown now. So they AL managed to take a pretty good numbers advantage in their favor. They turned that into a Drake.
Tarzan.
I'll let his flash, so he's probably fine.
Yeah. I was going to say smells ketchup in the water because it's the glizzy
The hot dog.
Over-indexing towards this top side. It's a turret race. Herald's going down in the mid lane. AL are going to win it. So with those grubs and Demolish, yeah, they get the first turret. They do trade it 2 for 1, though. So the Herald and Scout are going to make it a positive gold play for JDG nonetheless.
Yeah, it still works out pretty nicely. Just means
Them
JDG
that I know everyone likes to talk about, but this is the pure damage spike I feel that Ezreal really gets to. So Pays, a guy who has been the best AD carry in the league so far these last couple of weeks, going to be put in a pretty big spot as Shanks cuts off the escape angle, missing pops the unbreakable will, so it's going to be pretty hard to burn through this beefy cow. Missing will finally fall for the first time, though. Enough damage from Hope and Tarzan to bring that one home.
And I mean, looking across
that entails.
While it is a popular rush, I find it interesting this game. It must be to dodge the seismic shove, just because there's so much CC on AL's side. I kind of worry that if they space out their CC well enough, they're just going to make it kind of pointless.
Oh, Hope! No, that's not where you gotta go with the clicks. He gets caught by Pays and Shun, but somehow is able to escape with his life. The equalizer comes down. Kyle flashes just in time to get out to safety, but now Anyone's Legend, they're playing on the back foot. They have 2 people with blinking health bars, and Pays finds the Mystic shot to snipe down onto Kyle. He's arcade shifting forward with confidence. That's the AD carry with the better clicks right now, and Pays showing why.
And now Hope, he's forced out. He gets caught out, but it was a nice angle there from Jun. Again, exactly how they want to be playing these fights. And while they did end up losing out on their AD carry. You're seeing TPs come through. You're seeing the movement come through Slayer. AL are trying to sneak this dragon away, but I don't think it's going to be that simple.
Shun is here, missing as well. Pays coming through. Tarzan, that is not low enough health for you. Got to bail out of the pit. They're just going after Flandra. The tanky Galio finally going to have his armor cracked through. Shanks teleports in, but they've already lost their top laner. Ola does have to flash. Shanks gets a whole full combo. His Hope flies back in, hits the rocket. One more down. Pays is limping away with single-digit HP. The dragon will be claimed for AL, but guess what Scout was up to in the top side?
He soloed the Otacon. That is actually a pretty nuts trade coming through there for JDG. That feels really good. It's going to make every kill that you get as a team, or every takedown, that much more valuable. But in the end, because they are able to force them out of the Dragon Pit, AL are the one.
And AL not really going to be able to find much as a response.
No, I mean, Flandre, the opportunity, they're going to start the Baron.
Scout. Or Ola TP's all the way in. Missing is setting up a decoy, just trying to get vision. And with all that damage, I mean, it's completely cut through. And now Scout's flashing forward, gets the Fate Seal. They're pouring everything onto Kyle as Shanks' Weaver's Wall is going to save Leona. But Kyle might look to turn this thing. He's a pretty healthy Leona. Tarzan flies in, gets the stasis out of Ola, but the taunt is timed up so well. Flandra dies next. Missing follow, but there's the dash forward. Tarzan has another. The pack is unleashed, and he sees red going forward, chasing down JDG. Finally, Anyone's Legend snapped their skirmish loss streak at a big point.
But it's going to be tough. If you keep giving up objectives like that, it could still end up leading towards your loss. Nice thing for AL. Late game is still very much their friend. Now
that's the synopsis I got by this point. The Baron power play going to last for about a minute longer, but maybe finally with somebody to go toe-to-toe with Scout. The Fate Seal caught by Tarzan, but look at the damage Scout's putting out. It's ludicrous. Does get down this Quicksilver Sash, but there's too many taunts, too many stuns for Scout to blow through, and here comes Tarzan back for revenge. Set up so well by Flandra and Kyle. They get the teleport in for Shanks, but a lot poured in there just to kill off Scout.
I guess they want to keep. I'm not really sure what that teleport was about. The real problem is you gave up so much space in the mid lane because Scout was holding it down in the 1v3. Now JDG, they want to keep them here.
There's the equalizer, the cease and desist, easy. Zhonya's comes across for Shun, so the ult doesn't go down. Hope trying to play from the back line, but they don't have Flandra, and Kyle's a little bit late to the party, far too up the lane. It's pandemonium, everybody's layering on top of each other with a Spirit Blossom procs are coming through, and Missing gets a headbutt pulverized down. Pace flashes back out to safety, his Hope's damage is massive, and now all of a sudden it's just Pace standing up tall. The superstar AD carry for JDG will not find himself another highlight play. Blinking health bars be damned. Ace to Anyone's Legends.
Wow, what an odd sequence of plays, but at the end of it, a big time. These kinds of performances are really what we want to be seeing from Anyone's Legend, because this is kind of where we criticize them for falling short. They just kind of get at 40 minutes, which is pretty crazy for start of the day. That's how we like it here, as right now, JDG, big focus for them, just trying to secure this dragon and deny the Ocean Soul away from AL. To be honest, I don't really know why we're doing this hard commit. Yeah, this is the second time this game where AL is just slow to recognize an objective is being taken.
Yeah,
slow to respond.
The apex point, and the Death Brushes stack up once more. Who for Anyone's Legend will ferry the way into the darkness? It's Kyle going to land a Solar Flare on the Missing, but it's Scout caught on the top side of the fight here. Kyle going to flash back along with Flandra as Shun goes in onto Tarzan, has that GA, but the flashing assist, they get on top of Hope. Can the Corki stay protected because Pace is doing tons of damage on the front side, but Hope stands up tall. Shun falls first. Missing's health bar is very critically low. There goes Scout with the unsealed Yone ultimate, but it's immediately answered by Azanya's, and Pace is really trying to dish out the damage. Arcade shift forward, finds the kill onto Shanks. It's who else but Shanks to fall to Pace's Ezreal. As JDG barely find that fight win, but Pace is looking for more here. Definitely has to be a bit careful up far on his lonesome, but he's able to get back towards his team. The three-man of all the Scout and Pace turn their attention to the purple.
To survive in these fights, but it's tough. JDG want to make the use of the Baron that they've gotten for themselves. It's going to be an easy tier 2 pickup. The only one left is on that top side. You can see Scout escorting a wave at the same time on the mid lane. He's fine.
Okay, all right. Now listen, I know it wasn't a side lane, but I've seen that that very play happening a lot.
Take any unnecessary risks, especially with the Baroned up cannon minion.
And what may be more important for JDG is what they've created behind them, what they've left in the wake of this bot jungle. Look at all the vision. It's all red-pink words. And they have Soul Dragon coming up in 30 seconds, so they don't even need to commit hard to knock down this base because they can get a Dragon Soul. It's actually Ale that has to force the issues. Pace's Cleanse is burned from a good Solar Flare from Kyle, and missing is caught in the Buzzsaw. Wow. But this cow does not burn. The Alistair's damage not being taken, and Hope gets sniped by the Equalizer. The Redemption won't save him because Shun flies in with a cease and desist. Hero's entrance doesn't mean squat. The real hero is Scout with the fate sealed. It's JDG wrapping up all the kills. They've got the GAs behind them. Pace pops back up, and down falls AL once more. That's 3 straight game wins for JDG over the top second seed in Group Ascend.
And they needed to fight to win, Slayer, and they managed to make it happen. It's 18-12. It took 42 minutes, but JDG, they're going to put themselves up at match point.
Starting off the exact way the matchup.
I don't know necessarily how this matchup goes, just because I've never seen it. But my impression is that I really like this Nasus pick, because I feel like
too far forward on his lonesome. Has to burn his flash now, so both junglers without their flashes it's just ping galore. All I hear is the ping sound. Everybody wants to fight. Nobody's really going to start it off until Missing gets some autos down onto level 2 Hope. Stun comes across for Tarzan. He's trying to hold the front line. KO flies in, gets huge knockups. Shanks on the backside, able to clean up 1. And now all bets are off, but it's Shanks from the Shroud to find the critical kill. Pays without mana. Scout not trying to protect his AD carry. Needs to get out of dodge. And the knockup sinks through. Kyle going to gift a kill to Hope. And somehow, some way, AL rescue that bot side.
Waves up for Allah, who's going to be able to walk back up towards that turret. Shun seeing the grubs going down off the top side overload. We'll pick up the dragon, but this is first turret with full plating. So that's a big cash injection for anyone's Legend.
Yeah, I will say 9-minute first brick is a new one. I don't know if I've seen that. Maybe I have. It's just been a while. So at least the plate gold helps AL keep themselves in this very minor aggregate gold lead that we're seeing. But it isn't much, especially if Tarzan dies.
Yeah, Tarzan not going to come across. Shun commits the flash for it. Missing there as well to boost up the Xin Zhao in a rarity. Tarzan caught. Going for Raptors.
And you can already see it there.
Of the winners finals from Split 1 playoffs. This is very much so a preview of what's to come in the playoffs as well, knowing both these teams are locked in. So both these teams should definitely be treating this like a playoffs as Pays dropping the Colin gets flashed over by Hope. The engage, though, comes off to the side on a missing. The Nami served up like sushi. Down goes Kyle with the flash. Shun not going to fall with the wind becomes lightning. Scout here, but a bit too late with the stun ready with Tibbers. So the pick found for AL, but what's the cost on the flip end of the map?
It is Ale again getting damage onto these turrets, being that split push menace. He already has the Trinity Force, is able to knock down 2 plates. Since our conversation about him started, and that's almost 5 plates taken down on that bottom side as well. And I say almost, he's going to easily take it.
Yeah, Shanks just, it's really hard to ever force a 1v1 into this Yorick.
Literally just to live, and Shanks still got really low in the process. So JDG going to have an easy time securing this dragon. It's going to be their second this game, and they're honestly well on track to go.
Now the Rift Herald is the real prize for anyone's Legend. They are on vision, taking down this Herald. Scout has his stun, back up, but JDG, yeah, great call beat down. They could just index into turrets. They don't need to fight over this Herald, but Shun wants it. He flies in, he goes for the Gambit, but it falls flat, and it costs him his life and the Herald. Tarzan securing both and making it a pretty big win for AL.
Yeah, that was a bit of a flip that didn't really need to happen, but at least now they can block the path from AL, so they can't stop this tier 1 from going down. So it's still more gold for JDG, even though that kill was unnecessary. And now AL have a chance to respond because Shanks is the one actually.
Underrated part of this game state for JDG, knowing that like they can give Drakes to buy Ala so much more space, or if they overload to shut down this Yorick, you can threaten on timers like in a minute 40, hey, we'll be on Cloud Soul Point pre-20 minutes. It's just even more difficult decisions for AL having to make out of this mid-game. As the Colin gets dropped there from Pays, kind of just a
Bit of a scouting calling, getting some poke down as Tarzan goes for the engage onto Shun, and Kyle immediately snaps forward with the charm. Good flash from Shun to get away from the knockup. The tidal wave comes across the crescent guard. Will it be enough? No! Shun falls, but here comes Ala on the backside.
Whoa.
Hope gets trapped in the pit, but flashes out himself to safety, and Flandra's here as well to back them all up. The blast cone keeps everyone safe, but Scout flashing forward does not get the stun onto Hope. Perfect Featherstorm channel. Shakes will be the one to pay his life as well, but Scout gets straight out. But here comes Pays going after Kyle, but they've left Ala to his lonesome on the top side here. The main doing a lot of really good job to buy space as Pays gets flashed on by Tarzan. Doesn't he have enough damage? Kyle coming through for the knockup. Yes, he finds the kill. The slippery recon for Kyle getting so much value, and now the withers through. The Nasus is throwing down the hammer, but Ala flies in, executes Kyle as this fight gets even murkier. And we end with 3 for 3. Both teams scared. Being able to survive. But we're already seeing the power that Ala on this Yorick has. As we go back live, and oh no, the player improvement plan. No, that's Scout dead on the side lane.
To be fair, we don't know what happened. Maybe it wasn't his fault. It's possible.
It was an overload, and it does get Ala top tier 1. So the Yorick has his own time. Am I just coping? Here we go. We'll find
maybe.
out.
Probably. I mean, Ala, worth noting, he does have the second item already. Spear Shojin. It's going to be that much more difficult. I respect Flandra for going for the Frozen Heart. I think it ends up being a good call. And JDG, speaking of, are just going to go ahead and force this. I got to imagine this is a kind of a bait. This is kind of dangerous.
This is risky. They don't have TP advantage. Flandra can join to make this a 5v4. Are they just leashing this Otacon? They use the tidal wave, the Crescent Guard, just to back themselves up to safety. The Culling comes down as well. Good blade caller. Keeps the Lucian in place from Hope. Everybody going to reset here. Yeah, it's still held by Ala. Scout's running his way over. There's a great blade caller again from Hope. This time it catches the Lucian, but Shun flies in, finds both kills onto the bottom lane. Now he's in a 1v3 all by his lonesome, trying to hold the line. So many low health bars. Can Shun clean any of them up? No! He falls to a Flandra double kill. And it's all on the solo lane. Scout gets the first stun, drops tippers onto Flandra's head. He's trying to heal through it all, but here comes the spade to slap him down from Ala. Another fight, so narrowly close. And it's a 2-on-2 left on the Rift, but the only problem for low, and that might be enough here for JDG to force another Otacon. Shun wants it. He's immediately jumping on top of it. AL have a clue this is going down. Do they want to go for a part 2 on this topside fight?
I mean, no. Kyle's no ult. Oh,
Pays! Holy moly, he gets caught by Tarzan, who flash stuns him. That's both summoners off of this Lucian that has to play so close quarters. The Otacon getting a ton of damage value done. But I don't know if they want to commit to this fight. AL hopes get caught this time. It's both AD carries trading all their health bars to be able to survive. But Shun also gets out with the Crescent Guard. But here comes Flandra running through them all. He doesn't care about damage. He doesn't care about CC. He's running down JDG, holding 3 at bay. Turns the Wither back on its head as well. The Otacon with the assist, though, for JDG. As down goes Flandra. Tarzan tries to throw up the Unbreakable. It is broken by the Ghouls. Another lengthened fight, but finally we have ourselves a victor, and it's JD Gaming.
Wow, and despite, I really like how Hope played that team fight. At the end of it, JDG, their damage is too strong. Ala, I think, is too much of a problem.
Hands diffing their teams, but this time, maybe Shakes could be the hero after he fell short last time. He has a huge flank. They're going after Scout. He has the stun up. He's going to drop it onto Shakes, so the Akali can't go in. And by the time he flies in, it's too damn late, because this time, Pays outputs the damage to maximum, and Ala just chases down Hope, just like that. Boom goes the dynamite, triple to Pays. Ace! JD Gaming!
JDG looking like they want to rush to a match conclusion here, Slayer. They don't want to wait till the 45-minute mark, because now they win that fight. They don't even need to get the dragon. They're going to lock down this Baron and get themselves
get control of this Cloud Drake, so they're going to even them up. JDG are just way more focused on these mid waves. They've got a huge Baron wave coming in. They do have to be a bit safe about a flank coming down. Maybe the target's going to be Ala, who is still deathless on this Yorick. Oh, man, they really... is this the wrap? Oh, my God. Ala has no idea what's... Oh, no way.
I don't even think they have any idea. They
oh, my... He has no idea what he just avoided, Beatdown. He's no clue.
That's... I mean, to some degree, he must have. But that is just... I already didn't like the idea of trying to force this play, Slayer, but the fact that Ala just breaks their ankles.
Confident stepping up to an Akali. That's where Pays is at. Yeah. It's not me.
they're knocking down the inhibitor tier 3 turret. At some point, AL, we're going to have to start gambling. We're going to have to start forcing fights to try and climb back in this one, or it's going the same way of the first round robin. There's Shakes trying to start it off with the Grand Starfall. Pays does commit the flash to get back, and they do catch Missing out. Use a lot of ultimates to kill him off, but they also have Shooncott. Goes forward, the Crescent Guard gets a huge heal, buys enough time for Scout to fly in. He doesn't get the stun on the Timbers, but sets up Pays, who will break through the Tarzan E once more. It's just not enough, and All is doing it all on his own in the mid lane. That's gonna do it. No 45 minutes, nothing needed, just domination from JDG. They will head into playoffs, the number 3 seed, 5-0 in their last series, 10-0 in their last games, on top of the LPL, heading into playoffs.
And AL's last gasp as they watch JDG take their Nexus. They're going to get O2'd, and they can't overcome these top teams.
Wow. You know, standing...